Welcome back to the Friday Five, everyone. It is episode 37. It is December 20th, and we got 11 days left in the calendar year for nonprofit online fundraising, and we're wishing you the best of luck. I know how important this time is for everyone, so it really does mean a lot for taking the time to watch this week's episode, this week's show. So without further ado, let's hop into some of the biggest digital marketing challenges, and we can wrap up with some year-end thoughts, all right? I'll set the timer and let's go. Boop. All right, here we go. First digital marketing challenge comes in from Sonia from CareFight. Biggest digital marketing challenge is maximizing digital assets through an effective system. Sonia, it looks like you're pretty new to the organization, and yeah, I love how you're thinking about how do we get the most, how do we create an effective system. And systems is what will set your organization free. First, I would consider using some sort of project management tools if you're not. I mean, this can just be a well-organized Google Drive, right? Something that's free, has a ton of space, but can be, game-changing if everyone adopts it. Tools like Basecamp can be great. Just find what works for your organization, and yet from there, it's all about adoption and making sure that they do it. But once you do, can be so powerful because you can be sourcing more content from more people in the organization, and it can really support your marketing efforts. So whatever works for you, do it. I'm a big fan of Asana when it comes to like task management and making sure people hit deadlines. Let us know what works for you and reach out if you have any more questions about it. All right, next is from Melissa from Northwest Documentary. Biggest digital marketing challenge is finding the time to design thoughtful campaigns. And I definitely feel you on this. Often we can be under-resourced from the number of people an organization has. But yet this is what separates the great organizations from the good ones. And most causes actually have a strong mission and message and even creative, right? But it takes driving traffic and gaining traction to matter. And that's what great organizations can do and have figured out. And you just gotta honestly start by optimizing your day. How do you prioritize? Often you're gonna need to just simply protect the time to do this important but not always urgent work. But it's so important for your organization, right? So you gotta protect the time and think about how you can offload other tasks to just dive in and own it. And keep a notebook. These are all little things that we encourage our own account managers and client strategists to do consistently, and just pay attention to what other people are doing and kind of look at it through the light of how would my cause do something like this. So I hope that's helpful. I think the last thing when it comes to like prioritization is, we often like list our things by our days through, kind of what our calendar looks like. But if you can also approach it through, I want to do one thing that energizes me, and hopefully this is the type of activity that does, some neutral things, and then maybe some things that typically drain you but that are important to get to. That can be really helpful too when it comes to inspiration, and just know what time you're most creative, and that's when you want to do this marketing work. All right, next is from Rania. Biggest digital marketing challenge from the Bach Society of Dayton is understanding how to connect an old school organization with new people. And I mean, we get this a lot, but we just can't overcomplicate it. And we gotta just market where people's attention is at, period, right? If we're back decades, we're marketing on radio, right? And where is people's attention today? It's online, it's on mobile. And half the time we're on this device, we're often on a social network, right? So just being aware of that. And whether that's in their inbox, on Facebook, on Instagram, heck, maybe we're trying to hit a younger audience, it's on TikTok, right? You just gotta market and understand these platforms. You have to be a practitioner in these platforms. We can't wish and do a couple posts. It takes really engaging, and try videos. And you gotta incentivize even people, not just like posting content from your organization, like in your event space, but also having others do that and inviting young people in and encouraging them to share on social and things like that. All right, last but not least here is from Bitobobo, I probably butchered that. I apologize in advance. But the biggest digital marketing challenge here is from the Keeping It Real Foundation, biggest digital marketing challenge is getting people to part with their money on social media is a major challenge. And honestly, and even how you share that challenge of getting people to part with their money, I worry that and maybe I'm overthinking it, but like I worry your team might have the wrong mindset. And for a lack of a better term, you want to make your supporters, subscribers, followers just almost feel bad for not wanting to help more, right? And I don't mean like sharing sob stories or anything like that. It comes from sharing inspiration and hope and documenting your wins and your challenges and just continually to be that voice and beat that drum for your cause. And then from there, people in time will hopefully start to give, right? It takes consistency, often 7, 10 touch points. There's not one thing we can do to have people part with their money. We want people to want to invest in your mission. And that comes from just continuing to share. And to be honest, I took a quick look at your site too, and you got to think about that user flow. And it takes a lot of clicks to donate on your site, right? And you got to think about that donor experience, right? Time is everything today, especially online. It's a little clunky, and that hurts your online donor experience. So, I'd work on your content, your consistency, inspiring people about your mission, finding what resonates and pulls on the heartstrings, and then make it as easy as possible for people to give online. That's probably where I would start. All right, again, I know we got 11 days. This shows that's it for the questions today. We've got 11 days till 12/31. I know this is crunch time for everyone fundraising out there. I just want to say we're wishing you the best. You got this. Keep pushing, and we hope you have a really successful 2019 year-end giving season. Be sure to follow, subscribe as always. We'll see you next time.